It's risky to enter Moonrise with an unwelcome companion. You can pass as a true soul, but they cannot. Be sure to keep them close, so you can speak on their behalf if the cultists ask too many questions. Steel yourself and venture forth.
I'm not worthy. That's the point. I never learned the word.
Friends, right? Did all one under the absolute.
Don't bloody feel like an order of son.
A poor reputation. I see you, you sneaky little shapeshifter. Make it hurt.
I'm heating up. Need to learn the hard way. You dared scar my mind. I will gut you.
Direct me.
Defender of the people.
No time to dally.
Melodia Thorm, loving mother, beloved wife. Her light will never be forgotten.
Let's see what we have here.
Let's have some fun. With ease. Neither seen nor heard.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Stand, soldier. These are the General's private quarters. Wait. Something in your scent is familiar. Take me for a teething pup? Get that out of my face. Though whichever whelp owns that thing smells happy. Safe. I've not scented such a thing since I was flesh. Since my master brought me back, this place smells wrong. His family is gone. Replaced by bootlickers and beasts. You are neither. So tell me true. What is your purpose here? I protect my master. What becomes of his master, I care not. Pass, then. But I will be watching. Not your scent. Selûnite magic on your skin. The General once smelled that way, when his daughter still lived. I died the same night she did, my master says, trying to protect her. I do not remember, but he brought me back. I will not fail him again.
Ready and willing. Something about taking on the Apostle's form. Just what is Catherine Thorne planning?
You have my attention.
The hero at heart.
Can't afford to stay idle. Onward.
Oh, for a skeleton key. Why, that's almost beautiful. Imagine what she'd think if she saw him now.
A long way to go still.
How delicious.
What's next, I wonder?
What's that?
I should take that.
Simple.
Who's next?
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Defender of the people.
Don't burn yourself.
My faith protects me.
Well, hello. A crooked touch.
What's next? to do?
Careful, I bite. Hardly a challenge.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes. That might be worth a look. Useful for spying threats from afar, I suppose.
Watch your back. Easy.
Once again, your mind opens to Lae'zel, and she considers the disc.
More writings on Orpheus, the so-called Prince of the Comet. The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Gestil Kithrak, pierced Prince Orpheus clean through with his sword of silver, that his flesh was torn and fed to the great red dragon Ephelemon. Vlaakith's faithful roar out this tale, but beneath the roars, we hear whispers carrying truth and prophecy. The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from Vlaakith's tyranny. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. Praise be to your son, Orpheus, the true heir, Prince of the Comet. This is more than a fable. It's an affront to the undying Queen Vlaakith. Gith's son died to Voss's blade. Orpheus is no more. Tiamat's emissary. It was he who carried word that Mother Gith had negotiated the gift of the dragons, and that Vlaakith the First would preside as Queen of the Githyanki. Ephelemon remains the Queen's consort to this day, as endless as the empire he now serves. It is not just improbable, it is impossible. Kithrak Voss and his red dragon slayed the fell prince. You could no more resurrect him than you could glue together the pile of ashes he became. My Vash taught that the silver bells of Vlaakith's court still ring out before every hunt in celebration of the prince's defeat. As a child, I longed to hear them for myself, and sing in praises to the deathless queen and her Kithraki. Anything more?
Similar to that other Orpheus disc we found. Something over there.
The necromancer was experimenting on the tadpoles. But they were already imbued with Netherese magic. So where did that magic come from?
What a day. With pleasure.
There is work to do. This night song sounds like the source of Ketheric Thorn's invulnerability.
Carved into the bench's rotted surface are strange, half-faded sigils. A magic circle of some kind, thick with darkness and decay.
A ritual circle. And a complex one at that. I've seen such a construction before in the writings of the Weave Pasha Raven, though his vision was not so tainted. The sigils are written in a curious mix of tongues. Ancient Kalashite, Netherese, something else I can't quite make out. If I'm reading it correctly, it was used in the creation of moon lanterns. It's been mostly drained, but even now contains a powerful dose of shadow weave. The discarded pixie corpses might still contain enough essence. With one of the broken lantern casements... Yes, I think I'll be able to craft one more lantern. And with a slight modification of the casting gesture, it might be able to wield the shadows instead of repelling them. Though, Mistress' eyes may be upon me. She'd forbid me dabbling with such magic. She'd want it destroyed. Wasted, arguably. Very well. Stand back, if you please.
It doesn't take much. The sigils fade, the circle's tainted magic dissolving harmlessly into the ether.
Not bad for a wizard who slept through his Kalashite lessons, eh? Did you feel that? If I wasn't surrounded on all sides by the darkness of the Shadow Curse lands, I'd think it was Mistra herself brushing against my skin. The curse that afflicts the land appears to be a manifestation of an incredible amount of dark magic. The sort manifested through the Shadow Weave, and is an altogether different form of magic, drawn from the negative spaces left in the Weave's wake. It is Shah's domain, not Mistress. I'm surprised she would risk making contact here, however briefly. She's left some tiny part of herself to watch over me, I think. A boon to help us reach the heart of the Absolute in one piece. True enough. And somehow I doubt that's an order Mistra will be willing to rescind, no matter how many times I impress her. The stakes are simply too high. Strange, though, that she would reward me for such a service now. She's hardly been forthcoming on that front since my banishment. Perhaps I'm overthinking things. A blessing's a blessing, and this one should come in most useful.
A goblet filled with the mutilated corpses of illithid parasites. Whatever ungodly experiments were performed on them likely killed them.
I want to be clear. Letting Minthara tag along with us was your idea, so if you wake up with a dagger to your throat, that's on you. I hope so. Otherwise, we may all be killed in our beds. What now?
I'm ready. My faith will guide me.
Yes, soldier. You'd be the first of the General's soldiers brave enough to try. All right, that's enough.
Might be worth a look.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing. You can't quite catch a glimpse, but you recognize this feeling. The same alien presence you felt on the Nautiloid. Your awareness unfolds, expanding through every wall in the tower, every mind. A vast living network extending down into the dark, where something wakes.
No! Pull away! Pull away! It's a trap!
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now. With a soft sucking sound, your hand pulls free. The flesh within the wall retreats.
Well, now that we know what it is, I suggest we leave it well alone.
Quiet! Both of you. It's drawing attention.
Sister, no time to waste.
Many hearts, one soul. Of many thoughts, one mind.
Well, Flo didn't tell a lie. She said you'd find me, and here you are. Karlak, isn't it?
Now there's a name I'd hope never to hear again. What was Flo doing here?
Didn't think to quiz her about her business. She came dressed as a novice. Gave me 3 soul coins. Said I could sell them if I wanted. But if I kept them for your friend, she'd consider it a favor owed.
Soul coins, huh? This could come in handy.
Sure. But she did have a condition. For every coin you take, you've got to hear the story of the soul trapped inside.
There you have it. Flo came all this way just to try to make me feel like shit. Clever use of her time. Memorized a bunch of sad stories on her behalf, did you?
Didn't need to. Your Flo did some devil woo-woo and stuck 'em in my head. Couldn't forget now if I wanted to. You want the coins or not? First coins got the soul of a woman named Maveri. She was born to a cruel mother, and a violent father, and 3 evil brothers, all named Baldur. She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she sold her soul to Tiamat in exchange for someone who would love her unconditionally. She got what she asked for. A fellow named Clint, destined to be her soulmate. Struck by a cart and died a few moments after clapping eyes on our Maveri. Poor guy. The scud of her soul is yours now.
Thanks, I guess.
We're just getting started. This one has got the soul of a man named Frakes. Lived in a village near Neverwinter. Hit hard by the worst hunger in 1,000 years. Frakes called out for help. Prayed for his children to have meat to eat. Zariel answered. Made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh. His wee ones had all the meat they could stomach.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
Karlach's the one set to consume his soul, I hear. Last one's got the soul of a little boy named Ungir. 8 years old. He liked playing in the sun with his friends. That's all I know.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and this slip of scratch.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate horror has ruined my day, which I suppose was the point.
You got 3 soul coins out of the bargain, didn't you? I'd quit whinging if I were you. I did my part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold to hand. Better hope you can handle what I've got.
I'd better do the talking.
Hush! Meat sounds above. Here.
And for a moment, you do hear it. The brain tendril you encountered, shifting through the tower walls.
Being. Telling. Tell me. Okay. But how taste? Blech! No! Make stick to full flesh. Nice and sweet. Full flesh only for Mick.
You'd find better lodgings out in the war camp, True Soul. I know we're all one under the Absolute, but you do not want to bunk with an ogre.
Better get to it.
These are the stalking grounds of Steelclaw, furless one. Tread lightly. Fortunately for you, the slithering vermin I hunt has my attention. For now. Do not push your own cowardice upon me. I braved lapping waters and leaking ships to find this prey. I butchered many, and will butcher many more. But this one I toy with. I slice, I tear, and when the time is right, I will bite its head off and bathe in its innards! Lies, it merely pretends. But I'm a patient hunter. I will wait for it to stir, and then I will strike. Now I must return to my prey. It has been too long since it felt the bite of fear.
No chance I'll fit through that.
A moment, true soul. You use a spoon to stir the soup, Barnabas. Forget the axe, my darling. Now, how can I help you? I've shown Barnabas a kinder way. A kinder name is only fitting. That is the gift the Absolute gave me when I stood before her. To rewrite the lives of her faithful. Make them believe there's something better. I have. It is one thing to hear her voice. Quite another to feel the power she can grant. Observe. Barnabas, sweetie, come show what a good boy you are. What would you like him to do? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, Barnabas?
You feel her will surge outwards and envelop the creature, inexorable as the tide.
No, Barnabas! We talked about this.
Like rope drawn taut beneath the blade, the connection simply snaps.
No? Barnabas? Darling? No!
Another parasite. Collected.
All trace of restraint is gone. Barnabas has tasted blood, and wants more. As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
gives them to you fully formed. Of many hearts, one soul. Of many thoughts, one mind. Of many parts, one whole. In her name, her design.
The disciple has returned upstairs, but perhaps she'll still see me.
They say the General cannot die. Perhaps that will be the Absolute's gift to us all.
I'm bound for the war camp. I'm no fighter, but perhaps she sees something I do not.
Each pack of recruits they bring in is worse than the last. Can't trust them to sweep the stables, let alone swing a sword. Not for me to say. All I know is they're bloody useless round here. Of course. Wouldn't dare. I'm sure she's got a plan. And only she knows what part twits like them have to play in it.
It's Roa you want. We only talk when you've misbehaved.
I was a farrier in Desarin Valley. And the dreams...
Ah, a new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, true soul? Blessed by association, let's say. I come to pay proper respect to a new power. I bow, but the Zentarim prefer to look their business partners in the eye. Joaquin's clipped coins, no. Faith is an over-flooded market. Transport, however. These faithful folk need some goods moved into the city. Our ships are obliging. Quietly. You know, you sound less and less like a true believer with every word. But what would I know of faith? I cater to more earthly needs. Better we focus on that, hmm? An honor, true soul.
And this was funny when it was just goblins branding arses, but you lot mean business, eh?
Keep a blade close.
Where do you hail from?
I was a farrier in Desarin Valley. And the dreams came.
My brothers had the dreams too. Same as me. They wouldn't admit it.
The Absolute calls us all to her design. Your family loves her.
No harm in a little conversation.
Let me guess. The Absolute is the only way. Don't bother. Why don't you and Zevlor take a long walk off a short cliff?
He made it? He's all right?
Told you. He's too stubborn to die.
If you're not at the Absolute Spec and Core, why are you here?
Gnomes next door are up to something. They've been whispering like mad.
Whatever it is, we're in. Don't leave us in here.
Roland better be all right.
It's Roland. He's probably holed up somewhere, planning to burst in, spells ablaze, and rescue us.
I bloody hope not.
If he saves us, I'll never hear the end of it.
Stone. I feel it. Hollow behind the back wall, and beyond... water.
I'd bet my... Nimble. Check for gaps, cracks, anything to leverage the rock. Nickels, tools. Get creative. This rock is basalt. It'll crack with enough pressure. Ah! Don't mind us, true soul. The back wall is weak. We're working to brace it. Barkus is out here? Didn't think he had the stones. Well, if he sent you, you're no slave to the Absolute. You're a damn wolf among sheep, aren't you? I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wilburn. We've got a plan. For us and the tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdor, make sure a guard doesn't see you. Or we're both done for.
Not now. Ever.
Don't speak to the prisoners. The Absolute forbids it.
Have to keep pushing.
Did you request this post too? I'm glad I got the Warden and not Zarel. Don't get chatty with the prisoners, mind you. The Warden won't like that.
Unless this evil can get us out of here, I don't want to hear about it.
You spark of the familiar. Do I know you, true soul? Perhaps not. Your face is rather bland. Whatever your business, a warning. None may speak to the prisoners. Disciple Balthazar was most clear. He sounds important, and I'm afraid the mere dregs are the only ones left in my care.
Your mind swirls with information about the prison. The small levers behind the warden's desk open every cell, while the larger one triggers the alarm. And interesting items confiscated from prisoners lie above the warden's office, just up the ladder.
If you are going to stare, kindly do it elsewhere. As I said, you are free to roam where you wish, but do not speak to the prisoners. Is that so? If you are above the General's chief advisor, you must be most impressive. I didn't know he had such refined taste. I'm not sure why someone of your stature must converse with prisoners. Perhaps a small donation would convince me. Pity. I was about to grant you an exception. Move along, true soul. Have a pleasant day.
Worth a shot? Whatever comes, I'm ready. Unseen. Perfect.
Like will be done.
There's no time to waste.
Stone. I feel it. Hollow behind the back wall. Beyond. Water.
I'll get us out of here.
I'd bet my last copper there's a pier nearby.
I know.
This could be our chance, sir.
And I'll be right alongside you if it comes to that.
We won't let them win.
Hey ho.
Your desire?
I'm ready. Whatever it takes. On I go.
Don't touch me. Yes, let's.
Action, not reaction.
I wonder what the next move is.
Unleash me.
Have you slept at all?
Have you?
Fair point.
I thirst for combat. My turn. My victims await.
Ready for another round? Find a route. My little trick.
Let's spill some blood.
Bloody hope not. If he saves us, I'll never hear the end of it.
Ready.
A rough tempest I will raise.
Onward.
I will ascend.
No surrender.
Time to kill.
I'll get us out of here, Cal. Even if I need to kill every bastard in this hell's pit.
I know. And I'll be right alongside you if it comes to that.
We won't let them win. Not now, not ever.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
My faith will guide me.
It's greater anyway.
In your name.
Wanna dance?
Trust no one.
Our enemies are everywhere.
Action, not reaction. Objective noted.
Someone there? One step at a time.
Sharp as ever. Let's chew the fat. Ever onward. The pride of the gate.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Where am I needed?
Action, not reaction.
A hero at heart.
Oh, I could go for a good meal. I am listening.
How delicious.
On my way.
I'm ready.
Quite ready for you.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
The pride of the gate.
I hope this is important. For your sake.
Let's march!
There is work to do. Need to stay focused.
Your command. Vengeance.
Careful, I bite.
like?
This is my time.
I need to rest. The sunset can't come quickly enough.
Now what might you be hiding?
Don't touch me. Should be easy.
There's no time to waste. Better take that.
Stone, I feel it. Your feet fly fast, my friend. Any luck with those tools? Good work. We're gonna wait until it's quiet and then bust out the back wall. We'll grab the tieflings along the way. We'll need them if it comes to a fight. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us. Hurry, or we're all dead.
Have you slept at all?
Have you?
Fair point.
should leave. And soon.
That is the plan, Nichols. There's something evil here. Below. Down. Down.
Breathe. I've got you.
Unless this evil can get us out of here, I don't want to hear about it. Good work. We'll grab the you, however, are the clinch. We'll move once it's quiet.
Indolence breeds madness.
Where am I needed? Salutations.
What's next, I wonder? What's that? Let's see.
This is it. Boat's good to go. All that's left is to ship off. My plan for now is to hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea. Safe? That's no small claim in these parts. Lead the damn way.
Drift through the dark until time, skill, or luck brings you to Last Light's dock.
Hold there! You can't just land and start unloading strangers. They're procedures, damn it! No one gets in without being tested. Commander Jaheira's orders. Here, form a line. Let's see if the Absolute's little pet recognizes any of you.
The Absolute's what? What are you doing?
If what you've said is true, no one has anything to fear. If not, well, we'll soon find out. Now, form a line. I'll not ask again. That's it. This won't take long. And you're clear. Welcome to Last Light.
The shadows haven't consumed you. Good. Gruesome, isn't it? I'm glad you survived the encounter, at least. Did you learn anything more? Chosen? Oh, that's 3 masters Ketheric has served. Our Paladin isn't very picky. He's aligned himself with mind flayers. But I cannot see what he gains. Perhaps we can force it out of him once we have him up against a wall. Was there anything else? The great general is paranoid. Good. That means he's protecting something. I'll wager it's the source of his invulnerability. He'd protect that at any cost. Was there anything else? Then speak. The same way hoppers learn of anything. Poking noses where they don't belong. We sent an agent to infiltrate this cult. The latest fad among the city's bored nobility, I thought. Until that same agent returned and tried to plant a knife in my neck. My first encounter with a true soul. I'm glad ours ended on friendlier terms. From there, I made some inquiries of my own. Saw firsthand how easily the cult could turn friend to foe with but the twist of a tadpole. And so I gathered my harpers and came to the source. Moonrise Towers.
We're bruised, battered, but we're together again. You damn well brought them back.
Let's see what I can glean.
You're here! You're all right! How?
We're 2 tiefling queens, remember? I couldn't leave my favorite bard without her partner in crime. I did have some help from an old friend, though.
How did you do it?
Don't play coy. You could have left us behind, but you didn't. You should have seen her. She was brave, but also terrifying. In a good way.
I never thought I'd see... well, anyone again. Thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. One last favor. Take this off my hands. It suits you better.
Why are you smiling at me?
I'm glad it was you who walked through that door. Thank you.
Of course Roland isn't here. Of course.
Things in Moonrise were... bad. Real bad. Thank you for getting me out of there.
I thought we'd left the bad stuff in the grove. I thought we were safe.
Onward. A drink, a bite to eat.
Althera, I'm all right.
I know.
That parasite of yours could prove useful. Until it kills you.
Ketheric's forces are infiltrating this place. You've got to take the fight to them.
Let's listen to the message. Ketheric's lackeys found me already. Blast it all! You need to deal with him.
The towers were here. Soot
Sulfur. Limestone. Dusted all over. Signature.
Wait for things to just be...
I hope you get him. Ketherick and the like. I know you can. Every moment Ketherick lives is another I am away from Baldur's Gate. I need to return. And soon.
Aren't you going to take down Ketherick? We'll support you from here.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Mol said never abandon your post, so I'm going to keep going. What do you need?
You alright? Me? I'm fine.
Nathaniel will be so scared there alone. We looked after each other for such a long time. I hope he's all right. Something wrong. He withstood the shadows for so long. Whatever's overcome him now must be something different. Something worse. I trust you and Halsin to help him. He's a sweet soul, Nathaniel. I can't wait for you to meet him.
Of course Roland isn't here. Of course.
We'll figure this out, all right? Roland said sit tight, but what's taking so long? I hope he's all right.
I'm all right.
Of course Roland went looking for us. If you see him, send his ass back here, and fast.
Please bring Mol back. Please.
We don't even know how long Roland's been gone.
Let's listen to the message again.
Ah, there you are. Everyone seems to be quite a flutter. Do you know why? You did? But that means... Wulbren! Wulbren! Where is he? Ah!
Damn it. Said where he was going.
His message is out in the open.
A moment. Wulbren, it's me!
I said a moment.
How about you? You all right?
Me? I'm fine.
Wulbren!
I heard you might be about. How the devil did you get stuck here, Barkas?
I'm not stuck. I came to find you, of course.
Why would you do a foolish thing like that? Really, Barkas?
Unfortunately for me, you're my friend. Rescuing you from mortal peril is my right.
But you didn't rescue me, did you? I rescued myself, with the aid of this... helper.
Ah, it's you. I should have guessed. Thank you very much for your help finding Wulbren.
You don't belong here, Barkas. As soon as the way is clear, pack up and head to Baldur's Gate.
But... Wulbren... The rune powder... We need to discuss what you're going to...
I said go home!
Please, that isn't necessary.
Indeed. Neither of you has any clue what's at stake. And why should you? It's Iron Hand gnome business. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a great deal to do.
Well, there we have it. Wulbren is safe and sound. Thanks to you. I owe you a great deal. The brilliant retort, for starters. Here you are. As promised. I give you the brilliant retort. Now, I believe our business is well and truly concluded. Well, perhaps Wulbren is right. Perhaps I ought to return to Baldur's Gate. Oh, that's all right. I'm a patient fellow. I'm sure you'll clear a path for everyone soon enough.
Damn it. Roland couldn't have said where he was going.
Every moment Ketheric lives is another...
I'm fine.
Moll is super tough. If anyone can handle Moonrise, she can. I think.
What if one of us stayed?
Why are you smiling at me?
I'm just glad you're safe.
What other sins it was Roland's cooking up and sit tight?
Perimeter's clear, Mom. We'll leave soon?
You did well to help those people escape Ketheric. Every soul saved is a blessing, and you're raining them upon us. Like most things in life. My thanks to your team. You work well together. Almost laughable that he sees himself fit to judge anyone. Did you learn anything about how we might defeat him? That's incredible news. I won't ask for the specifics as to how you uncovered that, but I'm grateful you've done whatever it takes. I can't believe there's an end in sight. Thank you. Go on, then. It belongs to Shah. All the more surprising you're interested in lifting it. According to the Harpers, it fell here when they defeated Ketheric, the one who tried to have me kidnapped. I suppose they didn't defeat him quite hard enough. Right place, right time. When a cleric of Selûne stumbles into a Sharan shadow, she's bound to set it to rights, at any cost. I could say the same. But perhaps we should save the trivia till we're on the other side of this thing. Promise not to die, and we'll celebrate with our life stories.
How about you? Me? I'm fine.
Your Gravenguard's still alive, you reckon?
He better be. Or I'm a dead man walking.
Aren't we all?
Not as long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
Chihiro wants to know about supplies. Will we make it home?
burning through our oil, but it should just about do.
Just about?
Just about. We shouldn't hang around too long.
Good evening. I'm here on behalf of Gale of Waterdeep. He wishes to extend you an invitation for a private conversation in a more suitable locale. Gladly. Simply follow yonder path, and soon you will find him. I love this time of night. There's an almost reverent silence that accompanies the peak of darkness, when you'd almost believe the dawn will never break. The cradle of eternity. The timelessness of lovers. That most beautiful of fantasies. I will be. Soon. I am perhaps just one hard day away from being without any troubles at all. This may be my last night alive. I wanted it to be under a canopy of beauty and wonder. I thought this place might bring me peace. I thought it might make the weight of what I must do feel a little lighter. But I'm not so sure. Fewer than if the Absolute goes unchecked. I don't want to kill, and I don't want to die. But inaction will lead to bloodshed all the same. I am terrified. I will not claim otherwise. My face could scarcely conceal it, even if my words sought to deny it. There is no point in running from the inevitable. Better to meet it on my own terms. I can feel it. Ever since we set foot in this strange, corrupted land. The closer we get, the heavier my own heart becomes. Stay with me a while, will you? Day will come all too soon, even in this place. Yes, but there is so much to live for and so few moments in which to house it all. Damn you. Damn you for giving me so much to care about. Our friends, our adventures. This would have been so much easier if it was just me, but it isn't. If there is a way, any way, to save all that's grown dear to me, I want to seize it. I just cannot fathom what that might be, other than to fail Mystra and condemn the world. Stay with me, will you? I don't want to think of it anymore, but I don't want to be alone either.
dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
Here, I hope you like it. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
You've always been a bone man.
You wish to consult me? I took up my oath long ago, when I swore bloody vengeance against any who defied Loth. Now, I myself have sinned against the Spider Queen. Though my faith is shattered, my oath endures. I am sworn to destroy all those who serve the Absolute. It is not noble, it is necessary. If we do not destroy the cultists, they will destroy everything. We are all that stands between this world and annihilation. I was the Absolute's dagger. I remember every throat that it held me to, and every drop of blood it forced me to spill. I take no responsibility for the lives I took. I did nothing in the Absolute's name. I was merely a weapon that it wielded. I would rather die than endure it again. The tadpole, the Absolute, they work together like a drug. I did not feel I was compelled to act against my will. I felt ecstatic to serve. Every action seemed a deliberate choice. The best choice. Even though I could no more have resisted its commands than flesh can resist decay. Even rational minds like ours cannot reject such a powerful influence. The Absolute can make the impossible seem inevitable. I fought at his side once, shortly after my conversion. Before the battle, he was everything a general should be. A charismatic leader with a brilliant strategic mind. And when the fighting began, he led his troops from the front and cut through the enemy like a scythe through stalks. Blows and arrows rained down on him, and before long, his face was a mask of blood. But he did not fall. He did not even falter. When we won the day, Ketheric's armor was bent and shattered, but his flesh was unmarked. Every chance, once he is stripped of his power, there is a connection to this night song of Balthazar's, whatever or whoever it might be. We must find it and destroy it. A disparate collection of vagabonds and strays. Did you have anyone particular in mind? He's been deprived of freedom and strong blood for so long that he is addicted to both. While those addictions have their hold on him, he is still a slave. No. He is well aware that I would exsanguinate him entirely if he flashed his fangs at me. Free. purpose does he have that does not involve his master? He fears him, he hates him, he dreams of him, and he will either kill him or die trying. Astarion is no more free of Cazador than you or I are free of our tadpoles. He will only be free when Cazador is dead. And that is as it should be. When the time comes, we must hope that he does not only take Cazador's long life, but the power that has sustained him as well. I have encountered few Githyanki in my life. Those that I did were raiders. They croaked out pleas for mercy in their alien tongue as they died. Meeting Lae'zel makes me wish I knew more of their culture. To one who only sees the surface of things, perhaps, you should look deeper. In spite of her youth, there is a patience and precision in Lae'zel's thoughts and actions that I admire. Those qualities will strengthen as she matures. The wizard? No. It is pointless. In my experience, the moment they leave their libraries, wizards have the life expectancy of a gnome in a war. Either the enemy recognizes they are a threat and kills them swiftly, or their curiosity leads them to combust while experimenting with the limits of magic. Our wizard is already in a state of suspended combustion, thanks to that orb between his ribs. I suspect it is only a matter of time before he goes up in smoke. I will reserve my social graces for those who might live long enough to appreciate them. He is exceedingly self-righteous. Amusing, considering he bound himself to a devil. Will doesn't just have blood and dirt on his hands. He has stains on his soul. Those last more than a lifetime. It is as it should be. Purity of soul and deed will not help us to survive the Absolute. I would rather be allied with a warlock than the spoiled son of a noble who has more experience with diplomats than devils. I have never known anyone so ferocious and unassailable in battle, and yet so fragile and impermanent in their very being. I often think of mortality as a curse. In time, all that I am and all that I have known and learned will be lost. In time, our cities will be dust. Karlach does not seem to have such anxieties. Perhaps because she cannot afford to. She exists in the moment. And she will burn out and be gone in a moment. There is something very beautiful about that.